It is Flyers breakup day. The end of the 2022-23 season is in the rearview mirror, but joining us right now is Flyers goaltender Carter Hart. Hartsy, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Does it feel weird to be over? It's such a long grind. Started on October 13th, and you didn't play a game in preseason. You hit the ground running.
Yeah, it's this year's gone by really fast. I mean, I feel like I say that every year, but no, this year has gone by quick.
You look back at your year, and Brian Smith and I on the post game or in pregame the other night against Chicago were talking about highlights of the year, and the highlight of the year that I pulled up was 48 saves on 49 shots against the New Jersey Devils. Do you remember specific games and specific points in the season with vivid memory? Some athletes do.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely remember that game. We knew that I think the Devils were on a roll. I don't know how many games they won in a row or something, or they were on a roll, and they're a good team this year. And I mean, they finished strong, and they got a good squad, and we just battled. That was a huge win. I remember I think it was TK scored late in the third period.
Bingo.
I think it was, I can't remember who it was that turned it over. Maybe Damon Severson turned it over, and TK scored on a breakaway.
Yeah. Wow. So you do have the vivid memory. Do you have the vivid memories about specific saves in the year? Or even goals allowed?
Yeah. I mean, some you remember, some you don't, because, I mean, sometimes you're just so in the moment, and you try to look back and remember, and sometimes it's tough because you're not even thinking. You're just going out there and just being.
Well, the thing is, too, is I think this element of your game has gone to even a higher level. You came in young with a great mental capacity already, but I think you've developed it even further to rear view mirror stuff. Whether it's a great save, you can use that to build confidence going forward, or a goal that you don't like. How did you kind of come into this season and develop that even further?
Yeah, I mean,
it's an easy thing to say, but it's a hard thing to do.
Yeah, I was obviously a lot of ups and downs in a season, and the biggest thing is just being able to stay at an even keel and find that consistency day in and day out in practice, off-ice workouts, everything, rituals and routines. I mean, I was working with a guy in Vancouver, Walter Aguilar, who's helped me a lot this year off the ice, and became a good friend of mine, and I'm lucky to have him. But I think one thing that I've learned is that all we ever have is right now, and anything is possible in the now.
You know, it's interesting because I know you do a lot of like that kind of work, and you mentioned Walter, and he's a good friend. There's a huge trust factor that goes into those elements and who you align yourself with, isn't it?
For sure. Yeah. I mean, I think that's the biggest thing first, is they have to be somebody that you trust, and somebody that you get along with and work well with and click with. And he's been a big help. You
played in 55 games this year. How does the body feel physically after that grind?
I feel good. Obviously, I was a little banged up towards the end, but came back, felt good, felt healthy, and for the last few games. And disappointed that we're done early, but now we'll just have all summer to train and get better and prepare for next year.
You're a guy that always cites the team first. It's never an individual. The goaltending position's so consequential. When you look back at your season, how would you kind of evaluate it for yourself? Do you need time to answer that, or is that something you think about now?
I haven't even really thought about it yet. I mean, we just finished last night. So,
yeah. Well, you didn't play last night, so I gave you a couple of days.
Yeah, true. But I haven't really reflected on it that much. But, I mean, anytime you don't make the playoffs, it's disappointing and not where we want to be as a team. But I think there's also a lot of positives to take with some of the young guys that have made a lot of strides. And some guys in this organization that have come up and played a few games and showed that there's some promising development there, and I think there's a lot of positives to take as well.
Yeah, when you see the way players in particular in the second half, Owen Tippett, Morgan Frost, who is on a heater to end the year with 14 points in 14 games.
TK as well.
Yeah, Joel plays all 82.
Find his game again.
Yeah, and then you look at TK in the year he had in this young core. That gives you an excitement, doesn't it?
For sure, yeah. I mean, anytime you kind of you go through that. I mean, now we're going through that kind of rebuild phase. I think the young guys are what drives the bus into getting better and into developing into what we want to become in the future. And I think the last half of the year, last few months, you started to see that some of these guys are starting to find their game and develop into solid NHL players and guys that we'll rely on heavily in the future.
Yeah, be a future core. Well, maybe present core. You mentioned that, the future and everything with it and not making the playoffs this year. And obviously there's a lot of names out there about moves that could happen this offseason. And everybody says the most valuable asset is Carter Hart. And if he doesn't want to be a part of a rebuild, then you should move him. You want to be a part of this, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I love playing for this city. I love this organization. I'm grateful for everything that they've given me, and but I want to win too. And I think that Danny coming in, I mean, Chuck did a great job with what he had. He's a great man, but I think Danny coming in now, he played the game, was a hell of a player, and he's a smart hockey man, and I think he's going to be the guy to make the moves necessary to turn this thing around.
Get you guys going in the right direction. When will you get back on the ice?
Ooh, probably
little golf and tennis to
probably
start?
not till July. Yeah, probably like after Canada Day weekend usually is when I start. So
what are you doing right away? Are you going back home, or are you going to head out to Cali?
I'm going to Florida. So I'm going to go to Florida and just fish and golf for a week with my dad, my best friend, and his dad. We've been
Great way to
about
unplug, right?
Been talking about it the last few years, about going together for a trip, and we golf every Saturday in the summer together, the four of us, me and Nolan versus our dads. And last summer that they ended up taking the summer championship from us, so we owe them a nice steak dinner down in Florida, and to kick off the summer golf matches. But no, we've been talking about doing a trip and the four of us, and so it'll be a lot of fun. His uncle lives down there, and so he'll get to see him and
play some new courses.
Yeah, play some different courses than the old Beaumont Colonial track in Alberta we always play.
How you hitting them? You hitting them good?
Just came back from the range this morning. So,
yeah, you spraying it or
first
no?
time swinging a club in 8 months. First like 10 swings were pretty rough, and then started to find my swing back again and just feeling a little better.
Oh, that's good. Well, you guys got to take the title. You can't let the old man get.
No, we got to get it back.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. How awesome!
Well, we've never had it, so we got to get.
Oh, you got to get it first time. Awesome to be able to do that with your dads, though, right?
Oh, it's the best. Like it's. Yeah. I mean, we look forward to it every Saturday. We play. We're like praying that we don't get rained out on Saturdays.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot of fun to share that with my best friend, with my dad, with Marty, Nolan's dad as well.
Very special.
I mean, I've known Nolan and Marty probably for over 11 years, 12 years. Played together in spring hockey growing up, and then Marty and my dad played at the college level together and were line mates. And so it's a lot of fun, the four of us, to get together and share some laughs. Play some golf together, and we get really competitive.
Yeah, I have no doubt that you get really competitive. Last thing, you were in the Brian's pads and set up this year. What'd you think? Final verdict?
I like it. Yeah, Brian's has been great to me.
They look sensational.
Yeah, the gear's held up really well. I really like the gear, the way it feels, and the service has been great. I had
so no testing new stuff this summer?
Maybe some new Brian stuff. I'm open to trying some new Brian's things, but yeah, I'm definitely open to trying some maybe some other product lines that they have, or just play around maybe with some color designs and stuff.
Yeah, get a little darker. I don't know if Kim will let you do that, but Carter, enjoy the summer. I know somebody's obviously messing with you in the background, but enjoy the summer, man. Great season, and looking forward to next year.
All right, thanks, man.